What is going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, which means the new summon is now live here on the Kutu, bringing us a chance to get the Loot Digger booster set with a looks like bucks and another perk for nitrous there. Not really too sure how I feel about that, but at least we get a chance to get a Loot Digger set if we do not have one for the Rallycross class. And then Dark Punch Nitro in gold, which looks pretty cool, and then obviously the Drift Edition parts there, which I think many people probably have that. And then moving over, obviously we do not have any up-and-coming summits because next week is the new update on the Kutu, which is kind of crazy. Looking forward to seeing what they actually bring us. I'm not really too sure how many people like the contractor updates and all that, but hopefully we'll see something cool this coming week at least some info on this of something. Anyway, let's jump into the summit. So the first one's going to be the Speedtrap. This one's pretty straightforward. I actually did this a little differently. When I first saw this was LA Harbor, I knew, for one, it's a Speedtrap, so the drag car, lovely Stingray, is going to pretty much be the #1 vehicle to use here. And then you guys are going to want to pretty much jump into your plane and fly around to the other side of the bridge, land back onto the bridge there, and then go down the road a little bit and then turn around. Pretty much go as fast as you can. Obviously, this is a skinny bridge, so the cars are probably going to get in the way a little bit, unfortunately. I had one run where I didn't have any cars, though, well, at least not that many of them for that matter. So try to do that. I noticed some runs, a lot of cars don't spawn. I jumped over the middle median as well and flew right into the checkpoint. So this one really isn't too bad if you go from the other direction. Moving over, though, the escape is going to be a really annoying one, I think, for a lot of people, including me. It took me like 40-something minutes to get the score, and, well, the hardest part about this is pretty much going the right speed on a mountain and a hypercar because, well, a lot of these are off-road escapes. I don't think I've really seen anyone use an off-road vehicle on these. Nonetheless, though, I recommend trying out my route on this one because I feel like that might be your best bet here. Obviously, there's a lot of trees you could run into, but I do think if you guys get it down, you'll be good to go, and, well, hypercars aren't made to be doing this anyway. But if you manage to get to the road, you should be able to get at least 5,000 yards or so, which can get you to like 140K, and I think you guys should be good to go on this escape for that matter. Moving over to the slalom here is going to pretty much be, well, honestly pretty straightforward. I ran the Ram 1500 Rebel here, and I did mess up pretty badly, I'm not going to lie. I was having some issues there with that one. I just literally kept like sliding out and stuff, and I still managed to get 155K, so these are normally pretty lenient on getting good scores and all that, and I feel like a bike might be a little better. Maybe the Monster might be a better choice for this one. Anyway, moving over to the Rallycross race, you got to use the Lancer WRC05, which is going to, well, be the best Rallycross, one of them anyway, in the game besides the Cadillac. So this race is pretty fun to do. It's on like a little track. And, well, the Lancer is pretty much amazing in every way, so I really can't say too much about this race. Moving down to the other race is going to pretty much be able to use any car you want to use for that matter. I ran the Cadillac Escalade because I love this thing over the Lancer. I know it's kind of mixed. The Lancer definitely seems to be in the leaderboards more often, but I really do feel like both of the cars are absolutely amazing. This race, we've pretty much seen a lot of other summits. The Wineries special stage has been a lot of summits. It's a pretty fun one to do. Pretty much go as fast as you can on that little, basically a little trail road kind of thing all the way down a mountain. It's a pretty cool race. I do like this one. You go through a little town area. It's like a nice scenic little race. Moving over to the street race here is going to be in the Eclipse. Now, this will be downtown LA East. This race could be kind of tough, to be honest. The Mitsubishi does decently. I can't say the Eclipse is a bad vehicle. I just obviously not as good as like the Superleggera or something like that. But it's pretty decent overall, and this race has a lot of turns and cuts in it and a lot of areas you guys got to be careful on, like pretty much going around corners and all that. But nonetheless, it's really not too bad. And the Eclipse seems to show itself pretty well there, and I'm kind of surprised how good this car actually performed. Moving down to the drift event here being the Lancer Evolution X, which this is probably one of the harder drift challenges we've seen in the game, to be honest. I mean, the Red Bull Drift Challenge is going to pretty much be in like Central Park area for that matter. I know it's not really, like that, but that is basically where it actually is. And, well, there's a lot of turns in this one, and a lot of like throttle control needs to be used on the vehicles here. Being in second to third gear in most of the race, I was finding the best with this car. Some areas in fourth. And then the issue with this one, though, is there's so many things you guys can literally hit. There's poles, bicycles, there's tents, and all kinds of stuff you guys can run into. But this one's definitely going to be a challenge for everybody, I would say, if you guys aren't really into drifting too much. But I do believe you all can do this. Definitely practice a little bit with the drift vehicles. It's going to be a little wonky, honestly. Definitely try my settings on the Lancer. I think they're pretty decent, and I definitely had to adjust them a little bit when I was doing this event, and they did pretty well. Moving over to these last two street races here, really can't say too much about them, except the Superleggera always comes on top. This car is mind-blowing to me. I know the Porsche is pretty good too, but my goodness, this car just blows my mind how good it is, to be honest. And the Road to New Orleans was the last race, which is actually a pretty fun one to do. That is actually a hypercar race. You could drive a street car in there, which I don't know about y'all, but I would love to see like a mix of races. Like, can we please take street cars into hyper races? Like, that would be so cool. Nonetheless, though, the race was pretty fun, and obviously I got 146K there, which kind of blew my mind because a lot of area of this race you could tell it's made for a hypercar, and yet the street car did really well. And then when it comes to the other street race over here, Central Woods, this race is pretty easy to do as well. A lot of turns and stuff, but the Superleggera just pretty much owns it. Anyway, guys, let's jump right into the sum. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below.
Two, one. One.